What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mags. So, of course, in today's video, we are going to talk about the possibility that the game against Southampton down at St Mary's on the 2nd of January could also be postponed. Now, looking at it, why wouldn't it be? We've seen the game against Everton that has been postponed now. That is not going to go ahead. So, of course, that would have been the last game of this year. That is now not going to go ahead. And of course, it's only 3 days after that we would be taking on Southampton down on the south coast, down at St Mary's. 645-mile round trip for Newcastle United fans. One of the longest trips of the season for Newcastle United fans. So, I can't see that game going ahead neither, especially with it only being 3 days after the game, what would have been against, of course, Everton at Goodison Park. So, of course, the reason I say that is the fact that, Newcastle's still going to have a lot of COVID cases at the club. We're still going to have players that are going to be out injured. It's not about the players that are out injured. It's more about the players that have got COVID cases. We've seen, Everton fans. We've seen the other 18 clubs as well also complain about Newcastle having the game against Everton postponed. Now, Newcastle never said one single thing, or nobody else said a single thing about one of the games being postponed, and now suddenly Newcastle's had a game postponed and everybody's got a topic on it, everybody's got to have a say on it. And, I just find it absolutely laughable, to be honest, that, people are that annoyed that Newcastle haven't played the game against Everton, that the Everton fans are also annoyed. At the end of the day, their club was also getting games postponed. So, it's not like it's just us at the end of the day doing it. We went through the whole of the festive period, only this one game that has been postponed. We've played every game right up to this one, so it's not like we're just deliberately postponing games right, left and centre here. At the end of the day, we've got a COVID outbreak at the club. It's rightful thing to do is to actually postpone the game, because you can't continue on with the amount of COVID cases that are at the club. Of course, players are injured as well, but that doesn't go into the factor of it. At the end of the day, Everton have players injured. Everton also have COVID cases at their club, so both teams can't play this game, whether you like it or not. There's absolutely no way this game would have ever been able to go ahead, and nobody wants to watch, youngsters playing in the Premier League match. You're not paying good money to go to Goodison Park. You're not paying 30 quid to go to Goodison Park to watch youngsters playing a match against Everton's first team, or Everton's youngsters play against Newcastle's first team. That is not what people are paying the money for. People are paying money to go to these matches to see top athletes at the top of their game play in what is meant to be the best league in the world. So I don't see where the hate should be aimed at Newcastle, to be honest. At the end of the day, we've done absolutely nothing wrong. We've done absolutely everything that the rest of the teams have done. At this moment in time, that is the only way to go about it, that we'll have to have this game postponed against Everton. And rightfully so it was. The game against Southampton, I think, will go a similar route. That will also probably be postponed as well. Like I say, it's only 3 days after the game against Everton, so why wouldn't it be? Moving on from that subject, we'll move on, of course, to another subject in the video, and of course, talking about Fun88 now. Fun88 put out a tweet, and just by the wording of the tweet, it looks like, it could be the end of Fun88 in Newcastle United. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to love this. Obviously, I'm one of them that is going to absolutely love this movement away from Fun88. It's not a very good looking sponsor on the front of the shirts. No disrespect to the company, obviously. At the end of the day, the people that work for the company have been absolutely fantastic since becoming the sponsor of Newcastle United. They've been well and truly respectful of the club. They've appreciated the history of the club as well. They've given so many tickets away to fans for match days, and they've been respectful and commented to loads of different Newcastle fans on social media accounts as well, you know, so it's no disrespect to the company itself. It's just, you know, it is time to move on. It's time to move forward with the club. You know, funny, it was a sponsorship that was signed during the previous ownership. You know, we'll want to get a new sponsorship in that will allow, you know, a fair value and be able to put more money into the transfer kitty and allow it to be able to bring more players in than the transfer windows going forward. And for to do that, you know, we do have to get rid of Funny 8 from the club. And it's going to be a win-win scenario in the fact that, you know, we do have that Funny 8 coming off of the shirts, which hasn't been the best looking sponsor on the shirts, to be honest, you know, but at the end of the day, nobody's really interested what the sponsorship looks like on the shirts, as long as, you know, you're getting a good amount of money in a sponsorship deal that'll allow you to then put that money and reinvest it into the transfer market to be able to better your team on the pitch, because that's all that matters at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what the kit looks like, it doesn't matter, you know, anything like that. All that matters is how that team plays on the pitch, and that is all that it matters to us Newcastle United fans, that we've got a team that is going to go out there and is going to try and going to put in a performance every single week. And, you know, for we to do that, we're going to need to be able to spend big in the transfer window to be able to improve the squad. Obviously, we've got one of the worst defences, I would say, in the Premier League at this moment in time. We've conceded the most goals in the Premier League this season, you know, and if we don't show up that area of the team, then we're going to continue to concede goals. And that is something, you know, that we do not need in this moment in time whilst we're trying to stay up in the Premier League. The key goal this season under the new owners and under the new manager Eddie Howe is to stay in the Premier League and push forward for next season to be able to improve the club moving forward. And that is what the aim of the goal is under the new owners. That's the first goal that they have to hit at the club, is to be able to keep Newcastle in the Premier League and push forward with next season. Of course, January transfer window is just around the corner now, you know, so we're going to be able to see investment. There's talk of Kieran Trippier very much on the verge of joining Newcastle, you know, and he could join within the week, you know, so that is big news. There's talk of some other players as well, which we'll see as time goes on if they're true or not, you know, but we definitely need to bring in a striker now. Of course, with Callum Wilson picking up that knock in the game against Man United at St James's Park just gone, and of course it was said that he was going to be out for 2 months. It looks like it's about 6 to 8 weeks he's going to be out for. Maxey's looked like he was going to be out for a little while as well, but it turns out that now, due to a tweet from Craig Hope, that, you know, Maxey isn't going to be out for as long as he was said that he was going to be out for. So he could come back a little sooner. But of course, you know, we've still got the COVID cases at the club. We need to get rid of that COVID outbreak at the club to be able to continue on to play with games this season. Otherwise, games are going to continue to be postponed. They are going to continue, you know, to be backlogged. And, you know, at the end of the day, that could be a good thing, because that does then allow, you know, to be able to have more time to invest in the transfer window, bring new players into the club. But, you know, it could also be a negative thing in the fact that the momentum that we've built off playing the games so far this season under Eddie Howe, you know, could go away, and we could then have to rebuild that momentum again. So let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, remember, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you can, if you haven't done it yet, as it would help the channel to grow and reach a wider audience. Until next time, I'll see you all later. And with it being the last video of the year as well, a happy new year to everybody. Hope you all have a prosperous 2022. Until next time, I'll see you all later. And how are the lads?